Hey everybody, Cheryl from Reckless Hill Farm. Jumping in, do my 10 on the 25s. I'm also just going to do a Sheetload because it's quick and I love them. I will link the video where you can get this free PDF download, and it has a cutting guide and everything on Crafty Owl's channel. I'll link that, and then you could get that and play along. So I did use some, these I got on clearance. This is not the price I paid for them. A couple months ago, so I'm trying to use up, I have a bunch, as many of my pre-made card bases as I can, get down to where I don't have a bin of them. So I have, I used 2 different sheets of Echo Park paper from Winter Magic and Magic of Winter and Winterland were the couple of papers that I used. If you want to look them up, I don't know if they're current or not. And I usually go by like this is the pattern on this, and then the back side is this plaid, and obviously I could use this plaid, and in a couple I did use these trees, and then I made sure I had the pieces together, and I'll show you those. But you have to think about what the patterns are when you do that stuff. And then I used some solids that came with the kit from Echo Park for my shadow layer. And this is when my tape runner will decide to be a butt head, like as I'm trying to do this. So I've missed y'all, been busy. My husband's grandma has passed away on, as well as, you know, my grandma passed away last month, and my sister's boyfriend passed away, and now my best friend's husband passed away. So we've had a lot of, and my neighbor's dad, so we've had a lot of funerals, and that means a lot of stress and running around and not playing online like I want to. So I've missed hanging out, but I have been attempting to, in order to make up for the stress, get to bed at a reasonable hour, which sometimes means no playtime. So anyway, I have been crafting, mostly stuff that doesn't require I necessarily come into my craft room. And also, since Grandma passed away, I've been quilting, because she was a quilter, and this is the block I made last night. I've been trying to make at least one of these a day since last Friday when the solstice, and I will do so until the first day of summer. So these are little hand-stitched ones. They're very cool. I actually would like to do a video when we make like a journal cover with like this, because it is super easy and super fun. So if you want to see that, yell. Well, don't yell. I can't take it. Anyway, the Sheetload calls for this shape, and it is just an arch, and you can get an arch, and I have the full-sized arch on some of them. If you are a member of Crafty Owl's channel, you get an SVG to cut that out on your Cricut. I did not do that. I just went ahead and used the other thing. I just used a die cut. Yeah, that's the word. And I am going to be lazy and just put a background on this, because I actually misstamped one of my backgrounds, or it was going to be a solid one. But then I did save the bear, so that's all that really matters. I saved, he's here. This guy, I saved him. But the wording didn't stamp correctly, so I am just going to be lazy and cut around this at about 1/8 of an inch. Obviously, it would be just as good for me to go ahead and get the die cutting machine out and do another one. But honestly, the die is just a hair wider than that scrap of paper, and I did not want to cut into a new piece of paper. Not like I don't have so much paper here that it's ridiculous. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. I'd say we're doing well, aside from, you know, the obvious. And we're still chugging along and working and, you know, the stuff. So, put this little bear on here. overlap his little booty right there just a hair. So, and I will probably go find, so I did this, I stamped this background with a light color of blue, and I actually stamped off, then stamped it. This one may be one I didn't get stamped off, and then put the Joy to the World, and then the ones that I did, the bear on the bigger one, I just did in black. So pretty simple. I will have to, when I finish these, put a piece inside, which I don't mind because this isn't as thick of paper as I would normally make my card bases from. So here I will show them to you. So this is the one we just made. And I do think the bear's cute. But what I was saying is I will probably take a light blue marker and go around him to make him shadowed so he looks a little bit more 3D. Same with this guy. So, and this is that polar bear paper that I was saying. This, because it only made, the Sheetload makes 8 and I wanted to make 10, and I had that scrap piece. I used the scrap piece and some other scraps I had sitting around. And since these were the same, I inked the edges of this so it would stand out a little. I very well could have just basically made another shadow like these have. This one, I will probably put some bling on that, maybe a ribbon or something, because it's a little bit... Bears. I think the bears are my favorite, but you know, that's because I loved them. And this was that owl paper that I had like half of a 12 by 12 sheet. So I am pretty happy with my 10 on the 25s. I am sorry I've been missing. I will be trying to get online more. You know, the kids' stuff at school is starting to wind down, and hopefully that'll help. And Valerie's tiny house is almost done, so we have a lot going on, but don't we always? And I wanted to show you the quilting stuff because I didn't want you to think I just wasn't crafting at all, because I don't know if I could stay sane without some crafting. But I'm not sure how to videotape. I don't quilt like here in front of me. I quilt like hand stitching almost in my lap. And so I would have to like put a camera over my shoulder, I guess, and we'll have to figure that out. If you don't want to see quilting, that's also fine. But I will probably do a tutorial on that Manx log cabin because I love it. And then when I finish the quilt I made in memory of my grandma, I'll share it with you guys. So I hope everybody's well. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.